Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, and today we are going to talk about Overlord Tapu Fini. Now, our goal is to Overlord Tapu Fini today, but we have some problems in the middle, which is we need to make Tapu Fini shiny. And well, to make it shiny, I still need to refresh over here the shiny page, so good luck to me. So let me just go over here on the hard legendary journey, and maybe I get a good drop from this boss, and maybe that means that I will actually get Tapu Fini shiny because it will bring me good luck. I don't know. Oh, what? Look at the coincidence. A fairy team with Overlord Tapu Fini. Okay, no. This is a sign of good luck. And it's a blue, at least I got a chest, so maybe it is a sign of good luck. So what I also want to do is not just making Tapu Fini Overlord, but is mostly also showcasing what Tapu Fini can be used with. Sadly, I do not own a Diancie, so I believe that I'm going to try and save my diamonds for the next advanced capsule gift and try and get the Diancie myself. Would be interesting to play in a fairy team just to showcase to you guys. But that's one of the teams that Tapu Fini can play with. But Tapu Fini has other uses, so we will just try over here, refresh our shiny store, and hopefully getting Tapu Fini so that I can showcase to that. Okay, I was starting to get concerned. Finally, we have over here Tapu Fini. If we go at the diamond burning, I spent around 2.5k diamonds on that because I did not spend diamonds today. Besides over here the happy wheel, so it's around 2k diamonds. It's not horrible. It was not horrible at all. And let's go and make Tapu Fini shiny. Let's go. Now, in order to Overlord Tapu Fini, we still need to figure out some criteria. The Pokemon level, the intimacy, the fusion level. So in order to do that, I actually am going to inherit some of the Pokemon that I have over here. Maybe Melmetal. I don't think Melmetal is in any bonding at all that I need. So we will go with Melmetal. And we will go over here and inherit it to Tapu Fini. With a basic inherit, does not need anything else, just over here, because it will transfer the level, intimacy, and fusion, and that's exactly what we need. Okay, Tapu Fini inherited, and we go over there. Overlord upgrade, selecting Tapu Fini, and here it is. Beautiful. Overlord Tapu Fini. You need 300 Overlord stickers, 2,000 diamonds, by the way. And after that, you can make her Overlord, and look at that, beautiful. Also, if you are planning to recharge and you want to save money while also supporting me, consider using Aptoide. Using my code DANNYV1 on Aptoide, you will get 15% of your recharge back, up to 25%. I have a video in the description explaining everything you need to know about Aptoide. Now that we have Tapu Fini over here, the Overlord, we can take a look at the skills and understand the biggest reason of why I want to build Tapu Fini. I technically don't even need to build the Tapu Fini itself. I only need her to exist. I only need her here because we only need 2 skills from this set in order to be played on the English version at least. I know that in other versions like Spanish and Portuguese, I'm not sure about Spanish, but I believe in Portuguese they are actually using Tapu Fini as an attacker because this skill over here, the Giant Guardian, it actually deals massive amounts of damage over there because, well, they don't have so many strikers that the English version does, but on the English version, you don't want to like put resources on 3 Pokemons at the same time because, well, you mostly put strikers on your main and you don't really want to invest on your supports. So with that said, I don't even need to put anything on Tapu Fini at this point in the game that I am. The only thing that I would need to do would probably to just increase over here the passive, and the others, they don't need that much increase because you can see the numbers, the green numbers on the description of each skill. You can see it's flat numbers. For example, if I level up this skill once, it will give me 54 more damage. That one will give me 27 more damage. This one will give me increased damage by 48. The increased damage by 48, I don't think that's even a percentage, of course. If it would be awesome. And this one is like what? This one increases 21 special attack damage. So as you can understand, those small numbers will not matter on a Pokemon of this power. We don't care about the damage, we care about the buffs. Mostly the passive. First of all, just like any weather buffer, when a Pokemon acts, the own action points increase, which basically means the moment I move with my sword or any other fairy type attacker, the Tapu Fini will take action right after. And I just went over here in the Pokédex because it's easy to point out what I am reading, because for example over here, in battle, every allied fairy type Pokemon can permanently increase 30% restriction damage to all allied Pokemon, and at the beginning of the first round, and can be stacked. What this means is for each fairy type Pokemon that is on your team, you will get 30% permanent restriction damage in that battle. So technically, for example, if I want to build a fairy team like this, it will have 90% restriction damage, which would increase the damage of your main attacker much more. But even if I just play it like this, just one fairy type over here, which is Sword, this fairy type over here, it gives 60% restriction damage just to Sword, which can also increase your damage output by a lot. And of course, then we have the typical weather buff, which is 100% skill power and 50% defenses that last for 3 rounds. But if there's Xerneas on the team, the buff will last for 5 rounds. And then if we take a look at the Z skill, the good thing over here is that they make all the fairy type Pokemon move again. So the moment a Tapu Fini uses the Z buff, it will make all the fairy type Pokemon move again, which can be very good. Now, I am going to remove damage over here from my sword on purpose, removing the held item and removing the ribbon. That should just take away like a bunch of damage out of my sword. And also, I will remove over here the dual blade. By the way, I personally don't enjoy using dual blade for PvP. It's mostly for damage output in team bosses, for example. And that's exactly where we are going to try this out. We are going over here on the team boss, and I'm going to try 2 things, okay? And let's go to the fairy types. We select the Tapu Fini. Now, Tapu Fini does not have anything, and we are actually going to compare 2 fairy types like this. I'm actually going to put... should I put the Kyurem support? I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. And this Blastoise has restriction damage taken. This one has crit damage. And actually, I'm going to use something that is neutral, something that does not increase my damage, like this one, like this Duck Trio. So for example, I am going to use Sword with Overlord Tapu Fini. Right now we are playing with 60% restriction damage because of 2 fairy types, and after that I am going to compare to Overlord Victini. I'm going to replace Tapu Fini and see like which comp, even though we are just playing with 2 Pokemon, we are just testing the damage with 2 Pokemon. I'm curious, I want to see which like duo will deal the most damage. By the way, I want to do a shout out to my guildmate Manga, because he was the one who made me like even more aware of this Tapu Fini thing, because technically he mentioned to me like, oh, I'm doing more damage with Tapu Fini than with Victini. And honestly, it did not make sense to me, but I am going to assume that people who are like lower speeds and stuff, they don't get so much benefit from Victini Overlord, and maybe Tapu Fini will be better. So right now I'm testing on my own account because I have like the sword with a lot of speed compared to like the weather buffers, so I want to see by myself which one like of these will do the most damage. And right now, damage to boss received, we have like 5, 8, 7, whatever, 16%. Let's take the 16% into comparison. And right now I'm going to switch Tapu Fini for Victini. Victini also does not have like any does not have any ribbons, does not have anything that will enhance his damage in comparison to Tapu Fini. It's not on a wish star, it's nowhere. So it's basically only the passive of Victini working. And for those who don't know, mainly what Victini does, it gives like crit damage and skill power over here to sword, and over here it's stacking up to 5 times, going up to 100% skill power, and I believe a lot of crit damage as well. So I'm going to skip this battle, and let's see how much do. Oh my god, this is super close. This is super close, but I believe Tapu Fini had 5-8 and Victini has 5-6-9. What is going on? I am honestly shocked a little bit of how close like the damage comparison between Victini and Tapu Fini is, even though Tapu Fini had more damage this time. I believe that Victini in a way would be a winner, and allow me to explain. There's like multiple reasons why over here we probably did more damage than we should. First of all, I'm going to re-equip my item. It's not that the item would benefit anything in any way, I don't think it would, but one of the things would be, for example, the Gorgeous Ribbon. Gorgeous Ribbon is something that I'm using right now, and I believe it was mostly for Flare, but I started using for team bosses as well, because over here we will get 20% extra restriction damage just by using the Gorgeous Ribbon. And for those who don't know what the restriction damage is, it's basically super effective damage. I should have mentioned this earlier. But then I can take a look and see that I can have the Champion Ribbon as well, which provides me 40% crit damage. We also have to take in consideration that the enemy is a Lunala, okay? Overlord Lunala, its Ghost and Psychic type is double weakness to Dark. So technically, even on automatic battles, the sword was most likely just using Bite all the time, or most of the time, and when he was not using Bite, he was using the ultimate. What I mean by this is that he was doing restriction damage on every single attack, or basically almost every single attack, which would actually make use of the Tapu Fini much better in that specific example. But if the enemy would not be weak to any of our three skills, we would get more damage with Overlord Victini in this situation. So maybe because I already have like a lot of restriction damage multipliers and I have much more speed on my main attacker compared to the supports, maybe I just take better advantage of the crit damage. But maybe overall early game is better at Tapu Fini if you just want raw damage to team bosses, for example. Nevertheless, both Overlord Victini and Overlord Tapu Fini are very good supports, so I would just build whatever it comes first to your account. So let me just attempt my overall biggest damage output on that Lunala team boss. Lunala team boss is one of the hardest, probably the hardest team boss that you can fight, so it's possible that I will not just take the remaining HP. So equipping a Gorgeous Ribbon to miss the sword and the other two supports, which will be, well, I can consider Shield a support. It will have the Handsome Ribbon, and I don't have a level 4 Handsome Ribbon, so we will use a rank 2. Actually, I don't even need a level 4, I just need a level 3. Okay, the game was lagging, so what you do when your game lags is like you take off the you take off the ribbon and you power it up outside of your Pokemon. Okay, Handsome Ribbon, a level 3, I'll equip over here on the Tapu Fini. Next thing that we do, our sword is already equipped, so we are going to the Wishing Star and we are going to replace Tapu Fini over here for the Melmetal, because Melmetal is like taking a bunch of stars like Flare Star, Crystal Star, Creator Star. All of that will increase the damage of sword. On sword, I'm going to just put over here the Dual Blade because it's very important. Related to damage to team bosses, really important that you always keep your ultimate up. So having the Dual Blade, which will basically, and the Echo Star. I'm using right now Echo Star, but I'm not even really 100% sure if it's needed. But this will actually give me extra rage. So like every other round I'm using ultimate, so it's like normal attack, ultimate, normal attack, ultimate, and I'm using Dual Blade over here on shield as well. So that will be my main team. I'm going over there. I'm actually going all out on restriction damage, as you might have noticed. Even the Pokemon fence, we are going over here on the team boss. So we have 70% HP. Even over here on Pokemon Fence, I will select this Snorlax because, as you can see over there, effect number 3, all allied Pokemon's restriction damage plus 6%. Support, always Kyurem support, there's nothing to go wrong with that, and we are going to swap this one for an Overlord Tapu Fini. We are set and ready to go. I believe I did not forget about anything. Let's go and see how much damage we can actually output. I just want to watch a little bit of the battle and make sure that what I'm saying is going to happen. I am wondering myself, why is Tapu Fini not moving? Tapu Fini is just like chilling over there, but right now, let me just see. So Sword uses his ultimate and Sword uses a normal attack. Sword uses his ultimate and normal attack. I believe the Echo Star is necessary, but I am not sure. I would need to do a test without Echo Star to make sure if it's necessary or not. We are dealing massive damage, and I believe it's getting limited at this point, and yeah, we did one-shot it. Is it because of Tapu Fini that I did so much damage? I'm not sure. I don't remember what was my biggest damage amount with Victini itself. But I guess I have to try on the next week and see if I can do more than 70% with Victini or not. Of course, in this video I used Sword because I do have Sword, but even if you don't have Sword, imagine that you actually have all of those Pokemons and Diancie because you got lucky and got them on capsules by accident. Well, most of them are basically Unishard Overlord, so it's not a bad idea to also build a fairy team to help you out as a secondary team, for example. I would not build a fairy team as a main myself, but as a secondary team could be nice. Even though, in my opinion, a fairy team needs to be the top 2 teams. It cannot be a third team. I don't like fairy team as a third team. But this is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.